Back again with the Giants. Welcome back, everybody, here on Madden 22. We're continuing the 2027 season. We have a lot of things to get through, it looks like, here for this current week. But we're 5-2, playing really good football, and had a very strong episode in episode 68. We've won 3 games in a row. Offense has looked mostly great. And we're hoping for another nice episode today. How about a tandem breakout on offense? A star's recent performance has inspired a teammate. Who could that be? Man, Michael Thomas took our last game over and couldn't be stopped. That's right, it was supposed to be Jason Weaver's game, and it became Michael Thomas's instead. Do we want to challenge Rashawn Graham or praise him? I say we challenge him. Michael Thomas, at this point, in the timeline would have to be, one of the best receivers of the last decade. And Rashawn Graham is still in his late 20s and has just really started to put everything together. So can Rashawn Graham put together a huge day? 150. It's doable. And then touchdowns will give him bonus rewards. So that would be an interesting storyline to play. But we already know the Carolina Panthers aren't competitive when we watch games against them. So we're probably simulating this one. It is also the trade deadline. I don't think that there's anything we really need to add right now, and we don't have a ton of cap space regardless. So I like where the team is at. I think we can go on a strong playoff run with everything I've seen to this point. We have some young players getting playing time, but the progression has been pretty smooth this year. Hal Reed, we might know his development soon. Yeah, one more game and we're finding that out. And we're probably going to know today as well about Warren Griffith. I'm going to keep working on the blocking. I always want to have this dominant blocking tight end in Madden. I just think it'll make everything so much easier if a tight end is actually good at blocking. I already know he can catch, and tight ends, honestly, to get to be solid at receiving, it doesn't take a ton of work to actually do that. Madden's engine historically has let tight ends catch everything for the most part. It used to be a lot worse. It's a little bit more difficult now. Nick Gresham, 82 overall, 2-zone coverage. And then working on speed rusher here for Antonio Golson. We want him to have the complete pass rushing skill set, which he does. The Giants have made it 4 wins in a row with this victory over the Carolina Panthers, 31-21, the closest game we've played in a while. 463 yards of offense, and a huge disparity in the running game. So Petrovsky throws 2 touchdowns. He avoids the interception, while we pick off Sam Darnold twice. Tavares Towns goes for $125 and a pair of scores, while the Panthers struggled to get to 2 yards a carry. By the way, 9 broken tackles in this game for Tavares Towns. I'm not sure how you break 9, but only get 7 yards after contact. That's almost impossible, I'd have to think, unless you were breaking tackles, but then going down immediately. Jason Weaver scored a touchdown. What about Rashawn Graham? 2 for 36. Probably not going to get it done when it comes to that tandem breakout. But thankfully, I feel like Graham is already broken out and didn't really need anything extra. Let's see what this fallout is. He was ready to go, but just didn't go his way. Don't lose any sleep over it. You'll have plenty of opportunities to step up, and you already got the big contract anyway. So we did have an injury coming out of this game. What is it going to be this time? We have lost Jason Quinton to a broken collarbone for 6 weeks. If that happened prior to the trade deadline, might have actually done something, but it looks like now we're going to be using one of these rookies that I drafted this year. Oh, by the way, let's do a dev trait reveal. Hal Reed, that is star development. I'll take it, whatever I can get above normal. And then Warren Griffith is also revealed to have star development. Very happy with this last draft we had, but there's one more player who has hidden development that we're probably going to unlock here before too long because he's playing now, and that is Matthew Hearns, who's only played sparingly this season, and I don't think he played particularly well in coverage. But now his skills will be tested, taking over for one of the best linebackers in the game. Tavares Towns, I'm upgrading his, let's go power back this time. It's been a little bit. I will be doing mostly other upgrades just to more complete the skill set, but honestly, it's in a really solid spot. I'd like to make his pass catching a little more reliable before he drops a critical pass. Also, I saw at least one comment that you wanted to see his abilities. Why is that empty? Why would it be empty? Bulldozer. Obviously, he's going to have that one for the powerful truck animations. What else do we want him to have? A lot of these only seem important if you're doing like user control, which is like 99% of players, but not me. Let's see. Reach for it. Okay. I like that one. I should take a look at all of our superstars then and make sure there's no missed opportunities here. Brian Petrovsky, another player we have to go through his abilities. And he's got quick draw for the faster passing animations under pressure. I think that's pretty valuable. And then pocket deadeye, which is obviously very nice to have. There are some other options here, but I'm probably going to keep it the way it is. Those two are the only superstar players on offense. Defensively, we do have a couple more. And the next factor, Jason Quinton. We'll go through him last. So Antonio Golson. What do we have here for one of the best pass rushers in the series? Here's a look at his career year by year. All began with 9 sacks as a, wanted to say freshman, a rookie in the league. He's really just been a solid above average pass rusher his entire career with the ability to take over a game. He's done it before. A lot of tackles for loss. I feel like he's a good complete player. 5.5 sacks this season. Extra credit. Pass rushers with this ability are granted an additional maximum pass rush move point. And then a bunch of stuff that's locked until you reach a certain level for these different archetypes. I didn't know they did it like this. I think that's kind of a good way to do it if you're going to have abilities. Adrenaline Rush. Pass rushers with this ability will have all their pass rush move points restored after sacking the quarterback. Now, I just don't know if that's useful in slow sim. I don't know if the CPU is adhering to the pass rush point game. El Toro is really interesting for the bull rushes. I love a good bull rush. I think it's more fun to watch than a great spin. But this requires the pass rush points to be full. I'm just going with Adrenaline Rush. And then we have Quandre Holt, who's going to be playing on the 5th-year option before too long. And his abilities are extra credit as well and Stonewall. And I like having that for a defensive lineman. And obviously, Jason Quinton is not available to play right now, but here is a look at his abilities as an X-Factor. So his X-Factor ability is Mind Reader, which means he's capable of dismantling an offense like he knew the play call the whole time. He can see the offensive play art via Coach Cam. Well, that seems useless. We're going to go with Zone Hawk here. I just like having a really good pass coverage linebacker there in the middle. Mid-zone KO. Another coverage ability. Maybe we balance it out a little more with some run defense. The inside zone ability here makes a lot of sense. That's what we're going with. We add another win, this time a close one against the Raiders, 28-23. Another busy day for the offense. They're putting up a lot of yardage this season. And the quarterback now for the Raiders is Nick McAdams. So I don't know where Derek Carr is at this point, but they have 4 quarterbacks on this roster. Tavares Towns for 92. Very solid. Mike Williams. Okay, I mean, if he's going to show up in an episode against me, 8-100 is exactly what I expect. But Juwan Johnson had 97. Thomas scored twice. Eckler, 2 for 51. Quiet day again for Rashawn Graham, but soon, I don't think he'll be very quiet. A lot of sacks here for the defense. Matthew Hearns in his starting debut picks up 7 tackles and a sack. We move past our bye week, and now it's week 11. And we have some players coming back from injury. Jason Quinton? There's no way the broken collarbone has already healed. Is there even this scenario anymore for bringing a player back from injury early? That was not 6 weeks. Everybody's good. What happened? Tavares Towns had gotten hurt and Antonio Golson as well, but thankfully the team is in a good spot. No one's on the injury report. Now we have a matchup against the Rams that looks very lopsided, so we're simming through this one as well. 79 overall is about the lowest I've seen for any team. I feel like Darrell Gordon is one of those players who might just stay on this team for a very long time because he makes a few plays here and there, and he's not the highest rated player, so keeping the contracts going won't be that difficult, and he's just good depth to have. He's not great at any one thing, but he has very high awareness, 99 injury, he's fast, and has at least mid-70s everything. We're going to upgrade Jason Quinton, and we're probably going to talk contract as well. So this boosts it a little bit. To add a little difficulty, oftentimes I wait till later in the season to sign players, just to let them develop a little bit more, add on to the contract value. So Matthew Hearns actually didn't get to play all that much. I'm really confused why the injury was all of a sudden healed. Why don't we talk contract now with Jason Quinton? He's 26 years old. It's time. He's looking for 4 years, $50 million. Now, the top linebackers in our league are making more closer to like $15 million a year. This demand would put him at 12.6. I'm going to increase it a bit, and there's a chance that he'd require me to increase it a bit just to get it accepted anyway. But factoring in that he's an X factor at 26 years old will boost this contract value a little more. How about $55.5 million? A 4-year deal is perfect, takes him to age 30. And this is my offer that he accepts to stay with the New York Giants. He's the only X factor on the team and was an immediate difference maker from the moment we added him. So that was an easy call. There will be some tougher ones along the way. For Tavares Towns, I'm probably offering him like 5 to 7 a year. I just think the 4 and change is low. Like, I feel like whatever James Conner just got is fair for Tavares Towns. Didn't he get like 7? James Conner contract, because I think they'd be in like the same running back tier, although a little bit more upside with Towns, I'd say. 3 years, 21. Honestly would be pretty fair, and I don't know why that's not his demand if he's an 87 superstar. Basley, I mean, $3 million for a starting guard, a little over $3.5 million a year is very low. What is he rating wise here? 26 though? That kind of makes a little more sense in that case. Oh no, don't tell me Luke Cook is going to be moving on. I like having good backup quarterbacks, but eventually they want a lot more money. I don't think there's a chance I sign Nelson Galloway. I know he's a 93, but when we watch him play, I just don't think he's actually that good of a run blocker or makes that much of an impact. So I'm probably going to try it again with a different player. And then I have a lot of players we're just going to wait on regression if they're at 29 and only have like star dev. Like, you want to see where that goes. Basley, probably sign him. That one probably makes the most sense. Let's see if we can get a deal done with him quick. I'll boost this up a little. I think $4 million a year is fair. And Basley signs a 2-year extension. That leaves us with future cap space at around $60 million. Keep in mind, I set aside, around 8 for the season, And then you have to factor in the draft picks that are going to take up a little bit as well. And it's more of like 45 effective cap space for us to think about for next year. So if 45 is the number, easily fits Towns, easily fits Dexter Lawrence, which would be closer to 10. Michael Thomas, potentially. I still don't know what's going to happen there. I am still scouting receivers really heavily in the next draft class. Xavier McKinney, depends on his regression. I don't know if I want to go 4 years, but the signing bonus wouldn't be huge on that deal. But I think we're in pretty good shape. And that's about what you expect here. The Rams on paper were an awful matchup, or this was an awful matchup for them, and it played out exactly how you think. So a touchdown here for Petrovsky, not much here for Owen McNeil. Tavares Towns has 3 touchdowns on the ground. We didn't give up very much there, and Juwan Johnson has another very big day. Recently, it's been him and Michael Thomas at the top of the boards, not so much with Rashawn Graham, oddly enough. 2 sacks for Emmanuel Ogbah. I suppose that's been a solid depth signing then. And we keep on winning. The Giants are now sitting with a very respectable 8-2 record. We have leapfrogged Dallas, who are now 8-3. And have a lot of stuff here. I know we're taking on a 3-7 Atlanta team, but this might be the one to play now, as we have all kinds of activities. We start with Trench Boost. So they're celebrating the ability for us to keep Brian Petrovsky protected. And this is going to be a sacks challenge. The amount of sacks you allow against Atlanta will determine how much XP each O-lineman earns. I've never seen that one. That's kind of cool. And now quarterback breakout. I believe this was addressed in the last patch they put out. So is this Petrovsky's chance to move to X Factor? He's coming off a stellar game. Is he in the process of taking the next step? All right. Throw 1 or fewer interceptions, which is iffy with Brian. 400 scrimmage yards or 4 touchdowns, and he can go to X Factor. I think those requirements are actually very fair. This could go either way. And the press conference continues now. We're taking on the Atlanta Falcons. Any fear that this is a trap game? We're not afraid. We're fine. I think, right? And on top of all that, a breakout player scenario. And I'm going to guess that it's going to be for Juwan Johnson, because he's played really well. Oh, it's Tavares Towns. He would have been my second pick there. Wow, imagine he goes up to X Factor. Like, this is highly unlikely. Petrovsky has a much easier route to his X Factor. We got double X Factor possibilities today. This is pretty cool. So we're going to take away the short throw from Atlanta. And on offense, I would like a game plan that really focuses on running the football. Nelson Galloway will not play in this game with the ACL sprain. So we're going to try out somebody else then at fullback and see how that goes. And then Otis Springs isn't playing. So the linebacker duo is not playing together quite yet, and Matthew Hearns will get more snaps. Prior to this game, we will be releasing DJ Reader as the defensive tackles are healthy. And we're going to be signing a fullback today, Jason Kabinda. I just want to see if throwing in a different fullback, like if we see any better blocking. I just don't feel Galloway is actually that good. Maybe it's just fullbacks in this game don't do much. We enter today's game once again back in first place. This has to be the first time in over a year, almost 2 years, we've been in first place in this division. So Atlanta's quarterback these days is Edward Burris. He's an 82 overall with 91 speed. I remember he was drafted very early a long time ago in this franchise. His accuracy's very good. I'm surprised he's only an 82 overall. These ratings look like he'd be closer to like 86, 87. But Andrew Spurlock is the running back. He's at 92 speed, 92 break tackle at 233 pounds. So that's an impressive start. Why is this team 3-7? Well, having receivers that aren't great might have something to do with it. Kenny Golladay, we'll see him again. They do have the best tight end in the game, Kyle Pitts. Honestly, I look at the offense, and I get the receivers are weaker, but it looks like it could be at least a decent offense. I'm guessing we're going to have a pretty low-rated defense here. There are very few players in the 80s. Yeah. It's a decent offense that doesn't have receivers, and then just a legitimately bad defense. I feel like Atlanta's been trying to build this defense up forever. So Atlanta football to start things off. Edward Burris under center. Starting with the run. Big opening off the right side. Quinton missed the tackle. And that's a gain of 13 for Spurlock. Going right back to the big running back. And Quinton, what's going on? That's 2 terrible plays in a row. I wonder how this combo of Hearns and Quinton ends up playing there in the middle. Second down, Edward Burris underneath, and that's Kyle Pitts. This kind of feels like a classic episode here as far as my rebuilds go, with like a longer intro, more simmed games, and now we finally get into one. Definitely haven't had too many episodes like that in this specific rebuild. Let me know if you enjoyed going through the episode like this, covering more ground, more just off-game stuff with development and contracts. Oh, you dropped a touchdown! Golson! When's the next time you're getting that opportunity? 3rd and 10. They've messed with my pass rushing setup here. Golson lets him get outside. Burris running, but not getting there. I really wish that having like manual depth chart control actually meant that. I don't know why they feel the need to override that. Like, I know what I want from this. Oh, they tried a 61-yarder. That did not work out. So on offense, we have a fun setup for this episode. 2 players with a chance to move to X Factor. Here's a catch. What would be great is if we threw it to Towns a lot, but that was Eckler. I need Towns to play more. Why is Eckler out there again? Is he 3rd down running back right now? 1st and 10. Caught! And breaking free is Thomas! Touchdown! He doesn't look like he's lost a step. What an episode he's put together. By the way, down below, Kansas City, who beat us in the last Super Bowl I just saw, is currently undefeated at 10-0. So we're enjoying perhaps a return to the top of this division, but remember who on the other side is still waiting for us. Here's a run again for Spurlock, and he has done a good job pushing piles and getting some extra yardage. 92 speed, 92 break tackle. 3rd and 5 now for Edward Burris. Receivers got a tough matchup in store, and he goes down. It's Golson. It would be a great time for the 200-yard game. And a solid carry here for Towns. He gets around 7. Play fake this time. Petrovsky completes it to Towns. The more he throws to Towns, the better chance we have of both of them getting there, which is very unlikely. But like we know, we need 4 touchdown passes here with Petrovsky as Towns busts off a run to the right side, gain of 8. Petrovsky's already at 1. Now he's got to keep the interceptions to 1 or 0. Please don't throw a pick here early and have me worried about that the entire game. He'll be sitting there in the 4th quarter with 1 pick, 432 yards, and then a classic Brian interception thrown inside the 10 could ruin his chance to be an X Factor. We're going empty this time. On 2nd down, it's going to be thrown up top, back of the end zone. He's out of bounds. We got to get some out of bounds awareness here for the receivers in Madden. 3rd and 8 now. Caught by Towns, but no first down. We pick it up with Atlanta. Giants already up 10-0, but Spurlock has them into opposing territory, and Matthew Hearns will bring him down for the loss. 11 rushes and 2 throws. They realize their receivers are all 79 and under. Burris completes the pass to Pitts, their best receiver. First down. Spurlock downhill through Quinton once again. Yeah, we're seeing a big weakness here for Jason Quinton. Strong running backs. I forget how much Jason Quinton weighs. It's got to be pretty close to Andrew Spurlock's, like 233. And they're just going to keep pounding the rock. Downhill with Spurlock, first down. Hey, Atlanta, you keep this up. I'm going to end up trading for him. He's off the field now, thankfully. 10 yards out for Burris. Off his spot. Chased by Ojulari. He turns the corner and slides ahead of Jabril Peppers. 3rd down, Atlanta. Burris from the pocket now escapes and gets sacked by Azeez Ojulari. Atlanta is now on the board. Let's rip off a big play here. That makes everything so much easier. Tavares Towns with a solid 5 instead, with Chris Basley shaken up at left guard. Petrovsky on 2nd down. Fires complete. That's Rayshawn Graham, who's had a very quiet episode. I would love for that all to change here in this game. I'd also love to see like a 70-yard touchdown from Petrovsky to Towns. That would make everything so much easier. Now we've lost 2 linemen on this drive. That's not what you want to see. Barton in at right guard. I want to say Matthew Riles at left guard. Barton right tackle. And nowhere to go on this run. Towns at 32 yards rushing and like 15, 16 receiving. So around a quarter of the way there. Not on the right pace right now. But what is nice is this could eventually be a run out the clock scenario. Say we lead big in the 4th quarter. You know that Towns will get carries, and we've seen our running backs in this series rack up a ton at the end of games. So if he can go into that sequence, and that's assuming we get there. Atlanta gets the sack, but assuming we end up in that scenario, I'd want to enter it with like 150 taken care of, because I think he can get 50 in garbage time. 2nd down and 17 with 8 in coverage for the Falcons. This one's complete to Rayshawn Graham. Petrovsky's over 100, so he's around a quarter of the way there. Petrovsky on 3rd and 6. This one just missed. Ooh, this is long range. Can Justin Tucker still handle 58? This kick is no good. After the missed field goal, the Falcons are able to tack on 3 more, and it's now 10-6, halftime approaching, as the ball goes back to the Giants. The Falcons had just gotten it, and Isaiah Cunningham, I believe that is the first interception of his NFL career, and the game is like giving me all sorts of problems right now as far as the simulating goes. We got a touchdown. I imagine it was a rushing touchdown with Towns. Golson picks up a sack. 14, though, to Kyle Pitts. They get it all back with the best tight end. And then Shark takes them down to the 17. All right, we got the Super Sim glitch here, so I'm in for the rest of the game now. 17-6, Burris trying to close the gap before halftime, and that one is intercepted in the back of the end zone. His receiver warped, but it looks like that was Peppers football the whole way. Golson got there at the end, and yeah, that was going to Peppers regardless. We're throwing here at our own 20, and downfield for Graham, first down. You got to love that aggressiveness. 34 seconds at your own 20. Like half the coaches in the NFL would go to halftime right there. 1st and 10. This pass is hauled in, but only 2 yards. It stops the clock at least. Maybe a little extra here for Petrovsky before break. And on 2nd down, he completes again to Graham. Very nice. And down below, Eagles right now up on Dallas, 17-14. Eagles are 4-6 trying to help us out. 2 timeouts left for the Giants. Petrovsky scans and finds his man inside the 30. This time it's Thomas. Call a timeout. 10 seconds to go. Maybe one more play here, and we get closer with Jason Weaver. So a solid sequence overall. And Justin Tucker is out to try the 34-yard field goal, and this time it gets through, 20-6. So far, I'm not sure we're doing enough to get either of these X-Factor scenarios complete, but like I said, big plays can change that, and at least this all sets up for a lot of Tavares Towns here in the second half. But 6 yards at a time is just not going to be enough. 2nd down, Thomas, 1st down, and getting yards after the catch today consistently. Towns inside and falling forward with more yardage here. It's a gain of 9. He's still not quite halfway there. I want him to get to like 130 so we can be in, one play, could get it done territory. And we can't lose yards. Petrovsky converts on 3rd down. Yards after the catch there for Jawan Johnson. So he's close to 200. At this point, I don't see 4 touchdowns because we won't be throwing enough later in the game, I'd say. This is Towns, not much. Atlanta would have to do something very good on offense to make this more competitive for Petrovsky. Nice run there for Austin Eckler as he gets 11. Towns back in there now. I like a good running back rotation. We're going back to the air this time. Over the middle. Caught by Griffith inside the 10. To throw again from 8 yards out. Towns. Let's go. Get in there. Touchdown. So that helps out both. Although Towns requires 4 touchdowns. Wait a minute. How many is he at? 2. Because he did run in the touchdown after the Cunningham interception we simmed. So that right there puts both 2 touchdowns away. This is in play here in the second half. This could happen. And what will the Falcons do to try and stay in this game? Andrew Spurlock, most likely. Spurlock, again, on 1st down, picks up 3 as he is close to the 100-yard mark. More Andrew Spurlock, why not? 7 yards. Did I say 7? I meant 9. Which is how many tackles Matthew Hearns has racked up. I don't think he's missed as many as Quentin today. Now he's out in space. All right. Cunningham helped out. So Atlanta's having success running on our defense. Hearns is there to help out. 106 now for Spurlock. And they stay with him. Matthew Hearns makes the tackle. All by himself. And we're forcing them to throw it now. Gotta get 7. You have to look to Kyle Pitts, right? Nope. Over the middle. 1st down. Good call. Can't believe you guys gave away Julio's number. I'm not huge on retiring numbers, but I would save it for like a rookie 1st rounder to here's the expectation. Oh, he ran through Hearns this time and almost takes it in. Andrew Spurlock putting on a show for Atlanta. At the same time, he is also, like, running a lot of clock right now and hurting our chances at getting the X Factor. 32 rushes to 18 throws. The passing game has to get this done, and Burris is going down once again. It's Azeez Ojulari. Towns up the middle. He's breaking one for 16 yards. I think that's his longest on the day, and we're going to need some more of that. We're throwing it here. Could be one of our last times. What a laser for Weaver. Caught at the 28 of Atlanta. And now we head into the fourth quarter, and this is likely going to be Tavares Towns' time. But he still has a long way to go. Really, the touchdowns are the easier way to get this done. He's at 2. And Towns takes it to the 20. I don't think we should even talk yardage. He's like halfway there if you include his receiving yards. 2nd down and 2. Straight ahead. Towns inside the 5. Jason Cabinda is now in the game, helping lead the way as Towns gets to the 1. 2nd and goal. And up the middle goes Towns. He's in for the touchdown. That's his 3rd on the day. One more. He can do that. 42 yards on that drive. Even yardage-wise, I think that drive puts that back in play. But needing just one more touchdown, that would be so much easier. I think now we want a turnover, get the ball back quickly. Burris on the outside. It's Pitts for 2 yards. Burris 114 on the day. Just really needs some better receivers, I think. That or just keep running the football. 2nd down, Burris in trouble, and it's 3rd down. Off the edge, unblocked was Gordon, and the pass is incomplete. We're not seeing teams have the same success throwing at Cunningham this year. Oh, and they're going for it. Please, turnover on downs right here. I don't want a downfield interception. Burris on 4th and 8. Has to fire one deep down the field. It'll get inside the 20 and is broken up on the play. We will take over on downs with Tavares Towns in the backfield, eyeing his 4th touchdown of the day. Come on, Cabinda helping lead the way, but nowhere to go. I can't believe this is within reach right now, and the Falcons are suddenly playing run defense. 3rd and 6, we stay with the run, and Towns did not see the opening off tackle to the left. Wow, that is a missed opportunity right there. He had a lot of space, more than the 1st down. So how about we give him another chance now? Defense is out with 7 minutes left to go, and Burris will be throwing off his spot now, deciding to dump it off. We're now down to 6 minutes. Burris fires, complete somehow. Asante Samuel tried to jump it, but just didn't get the football. And the Falcons are on the move with 5.5 minutes to play. They will keep this in the air with a catch for Pitts. 2nd down, flushed and throwing. This one incomplete again. Cunningham on the coverage. I think we're seeing a very good year 2 leap for him. 3rd and 4. Burris got it. 1st down. Under 4 minutes to go. I'm not sure we're getting more than one possession out of this game. Burris outside again, gonna run this one up to the 15. 6 linemen in the game, it looks like, and they get Spurlock going again, but he doesn't get far. They give it to Spurlock, trying to get outside. He's taken down at the 1. Trying to get that elusive first touchdown. And Burris on the keeper gets drilled by Quinton. It's 4th down. Trying to hold Atlanta to under 10. Burris to the air. Has time to throw. Doesn't like what he sees. And is intercepted at the 1-yard line. He can't kneel that in the end zone. McKinney tripped up at the 28. It always seems to be Xavier McKinney coming away with the football. And the Giants will take over. And we can run the ball a couple times, but unless we get a touchdown here, no one's becoming an X factor. Still a fun game, though, and nice to have that storyline on the side as we continue to easily beat some of these weak NFC teams. Tavares Towns may not be an X factor, but I think he's still become a very good running back and definitely will be offered an extension. Last play of the game right here. What do you got, Towns? One more carry. Penalty marker. So he'll be given 15 yards here, or the offense will get 15. Do we call one more run? So now we're only 40 yards out. Did the penalty give it a chance? Towns up the middle. Not quite. And with that now, the clock will run out and this game is complete. The New York Giants win in dominant fashion as we expected. And we have not lost a single game in this episode. So Petrovsky, 253 and 2, just not quite there, but played really well. Not much wrong for him. 137 for Tavares Towns. So he would need 63 receiving, and he has 21. But 3 touchdowns, he got really close. You know, a little over 75% of the way there. So remember, we also had the trench boost scenario, and I'm not sure we allowed any sacks in this game. Maybe 1. I think they had 1 sack. But the offensive line has been playing really well. And so the entire O-line just gets 2,500 experience. That's very good. Any thoughts on the play you got out of Brian Petrovsky today? Not too much. Really? That's pretty cold. He played well. I know we expected to win that game, but like you said, everyone is a threat in this league. Someone has to lose, better them than us. So everybody also gets 1,000 experience just for avoiding a potential trap game. And then the last one here, this is for running back Tavares Towns. He is disappointed with himself after around 150 all-purpose and 3 touchdowns. When we return with the Giants franchise, we will face a much better opponent immediately in the Miami Dolphins, who have one of the league's best offenses and one of the league's worst defenses, on paper at least, with these rankings. The Dallas Cowboys come up in Week 15, and we are in control right now in this division, with a 1.5 game advantage. I hope you enjoyed today's episode with the Giants. We look like a dominant team this season. We've won a bunch of games in a row. We're getting great play out of Tavares Towns. And Michael Thomas and Juwan Johnson have both been carrying the offense game in, game out. A lot to like with this team. We are still loaded and look prepared for another deep playoff run. Thanks for watching, everybody. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell for notifications if you want to know when the next episode is posted. I'll see you all next time. Have a nice day.